we've cut our beam to fit on the ceiling, and I'm going to get some 3-inch screws, and what I'll do is I'll start the screws first into the wood so that when I get up there they'll be easier to drill the rest of the way through. But that way we have 1.5 inch wood here, and that screw will go into it 1.5 inches, and that will be very solid, so we won't have to worry about it. I'll go grab some screws right now, and then we'll get that part started next. Now I'm going to start those screws. They're really complaining because they're long and they're fairly coarse threads, but we need to get them started because we'll be doing it up above. And you notice I'm not trying to speed them in there. I'm trying to go at a reasonable speed. Now you can see the little point holes there. I've come through the wood because I need to know that they're started. Alright, and we back them out. So we'll do the same on this side. Oops. And we'll do the same on the other one. Now before hanging them up, what I'm going to do is bring those points out just a slight bit so I can get pricked with my finger here. See the tip of that? That'll help me to anchor that on the wall. I'll do the same with this one. Just a little bit of a point coming out of there. And the same on this end. And the same over here. Alright, now got the board up here. Now those nail screw points that were out, you just hammer them in slightly. Oh, this one isn't holding. That just kind of gives a placement. I'll take my screwdriver. Put it in place. Notice I've countersunk those heads a little bit into the surface of the wood. And I'm moving my ladder over so that I can get direct pressure up here. That gets it nice and secure. But that board's not going anywhere now. Now the next thing we have to do is determine where the center of that board is for hanging the fan. And that's a very simple one. Alright, the board is 17.5 inches, and halfway up is going to be 17 3/4. And I'm just going to put a little mark there, because now what I'm going to do is take a spade drill and drill a hole up through here, so when we run the wire comes down across the top and down to the fan. It's 10:30 in the morning and I'm on my second shirt already because it's 90 degrees here on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and we should have the fan up so we can be cooler with it. But right now we're going to go ahead and hang the fan bracket. This is the bracket that's going to hold the fan in place. Again, I just have a couple of 1.5 inch wood screws. Let me move the ladder over so that it's centered. Now the other nice thing about the drill is it has the magnet that holds those screws. But I take one screw, put it on the end, and I hold my bracket up, and I put the screw in. Whoop. Have it on set on the fast speed. No, no, no. Alright. Okay. And then we'll put the other screw in. And our bracket is done. Okay, now I'm going to trial fit the fan in the hole, and if it seems like it's going to work all right, I'm going to leave it there. Now you'll notice here there's a little notch. Okay, see the little notch there? Now what we have to do when we take the fan up here is take that ball, put it over the yoke. Sometimes you've got to kind of smudge them a little bit. Now it's in place, but I'm going to, see, I had to rotate that till it dropped into that notch. I'll do it again, watch. Boom, down into that notch. That way, the torque of the fan, when it turns, is not going to pull it out of that yoke that it's sitting in. So that is the way we do that. All right, what we're going to do now is get our wire run from the fan back to the wall to the box. Now what you do is you take the insulation and you slice it down the middle like that and pull it away, and then I always cut it off. Now you'll notice that the ground wire is covered in paper, and I'm going to cut that paper off also. And then I have to bare the ends of the white and the black wire. Now I happen to know that's 14 gauge, and my wire stripper has 18 through 10. I put it in the 14 slot, give it a little twist, and push. And what it does, it just cuts the insulation and does not cut the wire. 14, little twist, push with the thumb, and our wires are ready. Now I'm going to just kind of put them back together because I have to run them down through that spade drill hole that we cut. And I'm going to need some of the wire nuts to make the connector. I'm going to need one for black, one for white, and one for ground. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the wire stripper. What this tool has done, and I don't even know how long it's been around, but it allows us to take the insulation and cut it off without damaging the copper wire underneath it. I'm just going to recut this. See, it has cutters at the bottom, but I'm just going to bare that again, or cut that off square again. But this is a 14 gauge wire, and if you'll look at the top of this here, you'll see 18, 16, 14, 12, and 10. And I don't know if you can see the little holes, but the little holes, when it's closed like that, is the size of the wire. So when I put this in a 14 hole, like that, I give it a little twist just to help cut that insulation loose. I'm trying to show it to you here. But then all it's done is cut the insulation. So when I pull it off, I've got a bare wire. Now I'm going to have to end up cutting my black the same way because I want them to be the same length. But again, my wire stripper, the 14 gauge hole, see it? See right there? And then I give it a little twist. That just helps cut it all the way through, and then I'm pulling the insulation off. Bingo.